All right, let's talk about something that's bound to stir up excitement among Miami Dolphins fans, Mike Evans. This guy isn't just another wide receiver. Mike Evans has been a dominant force in the NFL for almost a decade. He's got the height, the weight, the speed, the consistency, everything you'd want in a top-tier receiver. So, it's no surprise that the Dolphins are interested in him. But can you even imagine what it would mean if Miami somehow landed Evans? Let's start with the basics. Mike Evans is a big guy, standing at 6 feet 5 inches and weighing in at 231 pounds. The dude is a beast, plain and simple. You don't see receivers with that kind of build often. And it's not just his size, he knows how to use it to his advantage. We're talking about a player who knows how to win in those crucial contested catches. You throw it up to him, and he's going to fight for that ball. Defenders struggle to match his physicality, and it shows. He doesn't just rely on his size, though. Evans is deceptively quick for his frame. That's why he's so hard to cover. He can outmuscle you, but he can also leave you in the dust with his burst of speed. A rare combination. And let's not forget his hands. Evans is clutch when it comes to those tight situations. If it's 3rd and long or you need a score in the red zone, you trust a guy like Evans. His hands are so reliable, which is why he's consistently putting up over 1,000 yards every season. Seriously, 9 straight seasons with 1,000 plus receiving yards. That's a record. No one has done that before, and it's not an easy feat in the NFL, where the competition is so stiff year in and year out. Evans was drafted back in 2014, and right from the start, he was making waves. Picked 7th overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he wasted no time showing he was the real deal. In college, he was a major weapon for Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M, constantly stretching the field and making defenders look silly. That deep threat ability didn't go away when he hit the NFL. He's been lighting up defenses for years, and it's not just about the stats. When the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl in 2020, Evans was a critical piece of that offense alongside Tom Brady. Imagine that level of production coming to Miami. What would that do to this Dolphins offense? They're already electric with Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. But throw Mike Evans into the mix? That's not just adding another weapon, it's adding a whole new dynamic. Evans is a completely different kind of receiver than Hill or Waddle. While Hill is known for his speed and Waddle for his agility, Evans brings a physicality and a presence that would make defenses lose sleep. Think about what defenses would have to do to cover all three. You double-team Hill because he's so fast, you need a corner with the quickness to stick with Waddle, but then who covers Evans? Put a smaller, faster corner on him, and Evans just bodies him out of the play. Try a bigger corner, and Evans still might win because he's quicker than you think for his size. The options are limited, and that's what would make Miami's offense so scary. Evans isn't just a deep threat either. His ability to run routes, especially those short to intermediate ones, makes him a consistent option all over the field. He can find those soft spots in zone coverage, or he can go one-on-one and win the battle. That kind of versatility is why quarterbacks love him. And Dolphins fans? They'd fall in love with his style of play immediately. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What would it take for the Dolphins to make this happen? Trades are always tricky, especially when you're talking about a star player like Evans. Tampa Bay would likely want a significant return, and Miami would have to figure out how to make the cap space work. But the front office has shown they're willing to make bold moves. Look at the way they brought in Hill last year. No one saw that coming until it happened. Could they do the same with Evans? If there's one thing Dolphins fans know, it's that this team is hungry. They're ready to compete at the highest level, and adding a player like Evans could be the push they need to go from playoff contenders to serious Super Bowl threats. It's not just about adding talent, it's about sending a message to the rest of the league. If Mike Evans ends up in Miami, you better believe the entire AFC will take notice.